So hello friends, today we are going to start with a new topic, that is aphorism number 231 to 244. These are the aphorisms related to the intermittent and the alternating diseases, or commonly we call it as a intermittent diseases. So these are the aphorisms number 231 to 244. So these are aphorisms related to intermittent diseases. So in this mainly they divided the intermittent diseases into three types, that is typical intermittent diseases, atypical intermittent diseases and the alternating diseases. So this is mainly the two classification of intermittent diseases, typical intermittent diseases and atypical intermittent diseases, and one of the that is special type, that is alternating diseases. Then typical diseases again divided into two parts, that is febrile intermittent diseases and afebrile intermittent diseases. Febrile means in which there is a presence of fever and afebrile means there is absence of fever. So the two classification, that is febrile typical intermittent diseases and afebrile typical intermittent diseases. So febrile diseases again divided into, that is individual disease, sporadic disease, epidemic disease, endemic disease. So these are the types of febrile typical intermittent diseases: individual, sporadic, epidemic and endemic. And second type is of afebrile, means in which there is a absence of fever. So these are called as a afebrile typical intermittent diseases. So these are the classification of intermittent diseases. So intermittent diseases divided into typical intermittent diseases and atypical intermittent diseases. Then typical intermittent diseases again divided into, that is febrile and afebrile. Then febrile again divided into individual, sporadic, epidemic and endemic. So this is broad classification of intermittent diseases. So in this aphorism, first we will see the what is given in each aphorism, that is summary of each aphorisms, and in this they explain about the aphorism number 231. It is related to the what is mean by intermittent diseases and divided into febrile and afebrile. Means in this they give the definition of intermittent diseases in 231. Then in aphorism number 232, it is related to the alternating diseases, that is special type alternating diseases. Then 233, it is related to typical intermittent diseases, that is first type of intermittent disease, typical intermittent diseases. Then 234, it is related to non-febrile typical intermittent diseases. Then 235, it is related to what is the management of intermittent fever, that is how the intermittent fevers are managed. Then aphorism number 236, it is related to appropriate time for administration of medicine, means when to administer the medicine in these intermittent diseases, means there is a specific time when we have to administer medicine to these cases or these symptoms, that is intermittent diseases. Then in 237, it is related to time of prescribing medicine when there is short attack of disease. When there is a short attack of disease and actual paroxysmus is not identified, in these cases we have to manage or how to prescribe the medicine at that time. This is explaining in aphorism number 237. Then aphorism number 238, it is related to repetition of the same medicine, means how the medicine should be repeated in these cases of intermittent diseases. This is explaining in aphorism number 238, that is repetition of the same medicine. Then aphorism number 239, it is related to every medicine causes different peculiar fever, means how the medicine affect the body and how it causes a peculiar type of fever in the patients. It is explaining in aphorism number 239. Then aphorism number 240, it is related to intermittent fever and antisoric medicine. There is a difference between intermittent disease and intermittent fever. So in this aphorism they explain about the intermittent fever and the antisoric medicine which we use for intermittent fever. Then aphorism number 241, it is related to the intermittent genus epidemicus. That is how the genus epidemicus is formed or founded in the epidemic cases in intermittent diseases. Then aphorism number 242, it is related to soric intermittent fever. What is mean by soric intermittent fever? Then aphorism number 243, it is related to treatment of pernicious intermittent fever. That is special type of fever, that is pernicious intermittent fever. And what is this treatment? It is explaining in aphorism number 243. Then aphorism number 244, it is related to the endemic intermittent fever. There is a difference between epidemic and endemic. So in this aphorism they explain about 244, that is endemic intermittent fever. And for this you have to know all the meaning of what is mean by individual, what is mean by sporadic, what is mean by endemic, what is mean by pandemic, what is mean by epidemic. So these are the different aphorisms that is related to these intermittent diseases. So this is the summary of aphorisms of intermittent diseases. Now we are going to start with the aphorisms, that is 231. I will again repeat it. Aphorism number 231 to 244. These are related to intermittent diseases including alternating diseases. This is also a most important question for exam also, and from the practical point of view also, while you are doing homeopathic practice, that is which type of fever the patient is coming to us having the which type of fever and what is the condition of that disease. So for this reason this is most important topic, intermittent diseases, aphorism number 231 to 244. And along with this it also explained the alternating diseases. So started with the aphorism number 231. Can you see the picture of aphorisms? Okay. Aphorism number 231. First I will read the aphorism. The intermittent diseases deserves a special consideration, as well those that recur at certain periods, like the great number of intermittent fevers and the apparently non-febrile affections that recur at intervals like intermittent fevers, as also those in which certain morbid state alternates alternate at uncertain intervals with morbid state of a different kind. So in this they explain about the intermittent diseases deserves a special consideration, as these are a specific type of diseases or it includes the specific fevers, so it requires a special consideration, as well those recur at certain periods like the great number of intermittent fevers, as it recur at the certain periods, that is the period of these fevers recur at certain specific time. So these are important, and the apparently non-febrile affections that recur at intervals like intermittent fevers, as also those in which certain morbid state alternate at uncertain intervals with morbid state of a different kind. So in this what happens, the intermittent diseases are those diseases which recur at certain period, that is intermittent diseases are those diseases which recur at certain period, means these diseases recur at specific time or at a certain periods, and there is an interval between two paroxysms of disease, means The interval between these two paroxysmal disease is specific and during which the patient remains at all free from the signs and symptoms, means in which there occurs the two paroxysms, that is means if you have a fever today, you have fever 2 days later, means the time period is fixed, that is the two paroxysms having the time period, and between that two paroxysms the patient is free from the signs and the symptom. So we call it as a intermittent diseases and not the continuous disease condition, means between these periods the patient is free from the signs and symptoms, and the signs and symptoms recur at a specific time. So these are called as the intermittent diseases are those diseases which recur at certain period. There is an interval between two paroxysms of disease, means there is a specific interval between these two paroxysms of disease during which the patient remains at all free from the signs and symptoms, and between these periods the patient is free from all the signs and symptoms. This we call it as a intermittent diseases. So intermittent diseases again divided into three categories, that is typical intermittent diseases, atypical intermittent diseases and alternating diseases. So typical intermittent diseases they again divided into, that is febrile intermittent diseases and afebrile intermittent diseases. So this is a short aphorism that only indicates or shows that what is mean by intermittent diseases. So what is mean by intermittent diseases? Intermittent diseases are those diseases which recur at certain period. There is an interval between two paroxysms of disease during which the patient remains at all free from the signs and symptoms. And then what is the classification of intermittent diseases? So this is mean by intermittent diseases. Then we shift toward the next aphorism, that is aphorism number 232, and in this they mainly explain about the alternating diseases in aphorism number 232. So in this what is given in aphorism, these later alternating diseases are also very numerous but all belong to the class of chronic diseases. They are generally a manifestations of developed sora alone, sometimes but seldom complicated with a syphilitic miasm, and therefore in the former case may be cured by antisoric medicines. In the latter, however, in alterations with antisyphilitic as taught in my work on the chronic diseases. So in this they explain about the alternating diseases. So what is mean by alternating diseases? That is alternating diseases are those diseases in which two disease processes alternate with each other. So alternating symptoms we studied, but these are the alternating diseases. So anyone can tell me what is mean by alternating symptoms? Yes. What is mean by alternating symptoms? Anyone? Yes, Abhishek, what is mean by alternating disease? Sorry, alternate. What is mean by alternating symptoms?
आवाज नहीं आई मैम.
What is mean by alternating symptom? We studied it in aphorism number 115 in drug proving. Yes, anyone? we studied alternating symptoms, and here we are going to study the alternating diseases. So what is difference between alternating diseases and alternating symptoms? So you have to tell only what is mean by alternating symptoms.
Fever, cold, cough.
Alternating symptoms.
मैम ऑल्टरनेटिंग सिम्टम्स मतलब मेडिसिन लेने के बाद में फिर से मतलब सिम्टम्स रहेंगे जो डिसीज के वो दिखेंगे, फिर मेडिसिन लिया तो फिर वापस चले जाएंगे.
Interval.
Alternating symptoms means one symptom alternate with another. That is constipation alternates with diarrhea. Weeping alternates with laughter. These are the alternating symptoms. These we studied in aphorism number 115 in drug proving.
Ma'am, cold, cough.
Cold cough काय? Cold alternates with cough. But these are not opposite symptoms. The alternating symptom must be opposite. That is how the constipation alternates with diarrhea, weeping alternates with the laughter. So this we called it as a alternating symptoms. Understand? So in these cases we are going to study the alternating diseases in aphorism number 232. And in this, what is mean by alternating diseases? Alternating diseases are those diseases in which two disease processes alternates with each other. So in this case the diseases alternates with each other, and in the alternating symptoms the symptoms alternate with each other. So these are alternating symptoms, and these are the alternating diseases in which the two disease processes alternates with each other. That we called it as a alternating diseases. So in this, the alternating diseases are mostly due to chronic miasm, usually due to psora, but sometimes it gets complicated with syphilitic miasm, and they should be treated accordingly. So what is given in aphorism number 232, that is what is mean by alternating diseases. Alternating diseases are those diseases in which two disease processes alternates with each other, usually due to the miasm, chronic miasm, and usually due to psora, but sometimes it gets complicated with syphilitic miasm, and they should be treated accordingly. In these, two or three states may alternate with one another. Thus, for instance, in the case of double alternating diseases, certain pains may occur persistently in the legs, etc., immediately on the disappearance of kind of ophthalmia, which later again appears as soon as the pain in the limbs has gone off for the time. So in this they gave the examples regarding the alternating diseases, that is pain in leg and the ophthalmia, that is pain in the eye, that is pain in the leg alternates with the pain in a eye. So these are the condition, disease condition with alternate with each other. So this disease condition we called it as a alternating diseases, and mainly it is occurred due to the chronic miasm, and main miasm occurred in this are the psora, but sometimes it may get complicated with syphilitic miasm, and they should be treated accordingly which miasm is dominated, and we have to treat these miasms. In these, convulsions and spasms may alternate immediately with any other affections of the body or some part of it. So they again give the second examples regarding convulsions and spasms may alternate immediately with any other affections of the body. Means patients may having convulsions, it may get alternate with any disease condition in the body, that we called it as a alternating diseases. And in case of threefold alternating state, in a common indisposition, periods of apparent increase of health and unusual exaltation of the corporeal and the mental power may occur, after which, and quite unexpectedly, gloomy melancholy humor, intolerable hypochondrial derangement of the disposition, with disorder of several of the vital operations, the digestion, sleep, etc., appear, which again and just as suddenly give place to the habitual moderate ill health, and so also several and very various alternating state. So in this they gave the threefold alternating diseases or a state, means the alternating diseases may be of twofold or it may be of threefolds. Twofold means one alternating disease alternates with another alternating disease, and the threefold alternating disease means the one alternate with another, the another alternate with the third. So these are the threefold alternating state, and in this they give the different examples of these conditions, that is along with the physical conditions the mental condition also get alternates. So these are the examples related to this. In this, the vital operations, the digestion, sleep, etc., appear, which again and just as suddenly give place to the habitual moderate ill health, and so also several and very various alternating state. That is, when the new state makes its appearance, there is often no perceptible stress of the former one. In other cases, only slight stresses of the former alternates with alternating state remain when the new one occurs. Few of the symptoms of the first state remain on the appearance and during the continuance of the second. Sometimes the morbid alternating state are quite of opposite nature, as for instance melancholy periodically alternating with insanity. Means in this they explain about, that is, when the new state makes its appearance, means there are 2 or 3 stages in which when the new state makes its appearance, there is often no perceptible stress of the former one. Means when new state comes, the former one disappears. In other cases, only slight stresses of the former alternating state remain when the new one occurs, and in some conditions there may remain some stresses of former alternating state. Few of the symptoms of the first state remain on the appearance and during the continuance of the second, and we see the former state appearance, that is stresses of this former state appearance during the continuance of the second. And sometimes the morbid alternating state are quite of opposite nature, as far as the instance melancholy periodically alternate with the insanity. So in this they gave the examples regarding the melancholy and the insanity. So these are the alternating diseases. So what is mean by alternating diseases? These are explaining in aphorism number mainly 232, and these are the alternating diseases are those in which certain symptoms alternate at certain interval with symptom of a different kind, or one disease condition can alternate with a other disease condition. These diseases belongs to the class of chronic diseases, as these are the chronic diseases. These are generally a manifestations of developed sora. In this the main miasm is sora, that is, but may seldom complicated with syphilitic miasm. One phase of symptoms gives way to another phase that looks different. In this way, 2 or more phases, that is double alternating diseases, triple alternating diseases can be seen, may be observed in a single individual. It may be corporeal or mental or both. So these alternating diseases may be corporeal disease, it may be mental disorders, or it may be both, that is corporeal and mental. Some instances of these alternating diseases are given below, that is explaining in footnote under 232. That is, in case of double alternating disease, certain pains may occur persistently in legs, etc., immediately on the disappearance of the kind of ophthalmia, which later again appears as soon as the pain in the limbs has gone. So in this footnote they explain these examples regarding the alternating diseases. In this first example we studied, that is the leg pain alternates with the ophthalmia. Then second example regarding the convulsions and spasms may alternate immediately with any other affections of the body or some part of it. That is, convulsions and spasm may alternate with any other affections of the body or some part of the body. Then third one, that is sometimes the morbid alternating states are opposite nature, as for instance melancholy periodically alternating with a insanity. This is the third example. Then in this they also explain a case of threefold alternating state in a common indisposition, periods of apparent increase of health, and the unusual exaltation of the corporeal and the mental powers, that is extravagance. In this they give different examples regarding the mental conditions may occur, after which the quite unexpectedly gloomy melancholy, humor, intolerable hypochondrial derangement of the disposition, the disorder of several of the vital operations, digestion, sleep, etc., which again and just as suddenly give place to the habitual moderate ill health, and so also sexual and various alternating state. So this is the threefold alternating state in which they explain about the example regarding the mental conditions, the how the various mental conditions alternate with each other. So these are the alternating diseases explaining in aphorism number 232. And in this, what is the difference between alternating symptom and alternating disease? So alternating diseases, what is mean by alternating disease? The sometimes the group of suffering come by the way of alternation of symptoms, that is one phase give place to another phase that looks different, means one disease condition alternates with another disease condition. It may be of double alternating diseases or it may be of triple alternating diseases. And what is mean by alternating symptoms? That is, this come way of alternation of symptoms. In this, one symptom alternates with another symptom. Example, diarrhea alternates with constipation, weeping alternates with laughter. So these are the examples of alternating symptoms. So difference between alternating disease and alternating symptom. So this is regarding the aphorism number 232 and footnote under 232, in which they explain the different examples of alternating diseases. So everyone understand aphorism number 232? Yes. Yes, can I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
कळालं का aphorism number 232? It is related to alternating disease. करिश्मा, आवाज येतोय का? Yes, करिश्मा.
हाँ मैम.
Okay, so we started with next aphorism, that is aphorism number 233. So what is given in this aphorism 233? In this they explain the typical intermittent diseases. What is mean by typical intermittent diseases? So first I will read the aphorism 233. The typical intermittent diseases are those where a morbid state of unvarying character returns at a tolerably fixed period whilst the patient is apparently in good health and takes its departure at an equally fixed period. This is observed in those apparently non-febrile morbid states that come and go in a periodical manner at certain times, as well as in those of a febrile character, to wit the numerous varieties of intermittent fevers. So what is explaining in these aphorisms, that is what is mean by typical intermittent diseases. So typical intermittent diseases are those diseases where the abnormal disease state returns at a fixed period. Typical means there is a fixed period between the two disease condition, that is these where the abnormal disease state returns at a fixed period, while in between two paroxysms the individual is totally free from signs and symptoms, that we call it as a typical intermittent diseases. That is abnormal disease state returns at a fixed period, while in between two paroxysms the individual is totally free from signs and symptoms. Means, for example, we take as a headache on every Sunday. So this is example of typical intermittent diseases. In this, the typical intermittent diseases is a morbid state of unvarying character which returns at a tolerably fixed period whilst the patient is apparently good health and takes its departure at an equally fixed period. So they divided the typical intermittent diseases may be of two types, that is non-febrile and the febrile type. So what are the types of intermittent diseases? That is febrile and non-febrile. In this, the non-febrile intermittent diseases recur periodically in one single patient at a time. And what are the character of these diseases? That is, it belongs to the chronic disease. These are mostly soric in origin and it can be complicated with syphilis. Usually does not appear sporadically and epidemically. That is typical intermittent diseases. And what should be the treatment regarding the typical intermittent diseases? We divided the intermittent diseases into two types, that is febrile and non-febrile. So non-febrile diseases belongs to the chronic disease, mostly soric in origin, may be complicated with syphilis, usually does not appear sporadically and epidemically. And febrile disease febrile typical intermittent disease, we also call it as a intermittent fever. So these are the two types of typical intermittent diseases, that is non-febrile and febrile. And febrile intermittent diseases, we also call it as a intermittent fever. So non-febrile typical intermittent diseases having the treatment, that is when the problems are purely soric in origin, they need the antisoric medicines for permanent eradication. If complicated with syphilis, they need antisyphilitic and antisoric medicines. However, at times they require a potentized dose of a cinchona to eradicate their intermittent nature. So these treatment they also explain in next aphorism, that is 234. So in 233 they explain only about the what is mean by typical intermittent diseases. So typical intermittent diseases are those diseases where the disease state returns at a fixed period. while in between the two paroxysms the individual is totally free from signs and symptoms. Who is one I am two? Please edit the names. Who is one I am 2P? This code? Yes, can you listen me?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is this one I am 2PM? This code? Anyone knows? सोनल है का? Please edit the names. So we started with aphorism number 233. And in this, what is explaining in this aphorism, that is what is mean by typical intermittent diseases. So what is mean by typical intermittent diseases? In typical intermittent diseases are those diseases where the abnormal disease state returns at a fixed period, while in between two paroxysms the individual is totally free from signs and symptoms. For example, headache on every Sunday, fever after every 2 days. So these may be the examples of typical intermittent diseases. So typical intermittent diseases again divided into two types, that is non-febrile and the febrile. So in this, the non-febrile means where the fever is absent, and febrile means where fever is present. So febrile typical intermittent diseases, we also called it as a intermittent fevers. And this is most common question asked in exam, that is intermittent fevers. And in this you have to write the febrile typical intermittent diseases, that is one of the type of intermittent diseases. Then next aphorism we are going to start, that is 234. And what is explaining in this aphorism? First I will read the aphorism. Those apparently non-febrile, typical, periodically recurring morbid state just allowed to observed in one single patient at a time, they do not usually appear sporadically and epidemically, always belong to the chronic diseases, mostly to those that are purely soric, are but seldom complicated with syphilis, and are successfully treated by the same means, yet it is sometimes necessary to employ as an intermediate remedy a small dose of a potentized solution of cinchona bark in order to extinguish completely their intermittent type. So in this they explain about the character and the treatment of non-febrile typical intermittent diseases, that is about the non-febrile typical intermittent diseases. In this, what are the characters of non-febrile typical intermittent diseases? That is, these non-febrile diseases belongs to the chronic disease and mostly in soric in origin. These are the chronic diseases, mostly soric in origin and seldom complicated with syphilis, and may be complicated with syphilis, usually does not appear sporadically and epidemically. Means these diseases are usually not appear as a sporadic disease and as a epidemic disease, as it mostly affects the single individuals, or it may be a individual disease, that is non-febrile diseases. And in this they also explain the treatment of these non-febrile typical intermittent diseases. In this, what should be the treatment? That is, when the problems are purely soric in origin, they need antisoric medicine for permanent eradication. When the disease condition is soric in origin, you have to prescribe the antisoric medicines for the permanent eradication of the disease condition. Then second point may be, if complicated with syphilis, they need antisyphilitic and antisoric medicine, both in chronic and acute excitations of chronic cases. But when the disease condition is complicated with syphilis, you have to need the antisyphilitic medicine also and antisoric medicine also to give the permanent cure to the patient. That is, if complicated with syphilis, you have to need the antisyphilitic and antisoric medicine. And third condition may be, however, at times they require a potentized dose of cinchona to eradicate their intermittent nature. But at some times the patient may require the potentized form of a cinchona medicine to eradicate their intermittent nature. Means what is the intermittent nature of their disease is present. To eradicate that intermittent nature of the disease, you need the potentized form of a cinchona bark medicine. So this is the treatment of non-febrile typical intermittent disease. This is first type of typical intermittent disease, that is non-febrile disease. So this is regarding the aphorism number 234. All of you understand what is given in aphorism number 234. So aphorism 233 and 234. In 233 they explain what is mean by typical intermittent diseases having the two types, that is non-febrile and febrile. Then in 234 they explain the characteristics of a non-febrile disease condition and the treatment of a non-febrile disease condition. So this is aphorism number 234. Now we shift towards the next aphorism, that is aphorism number 235. And what is given in aphorism number 235? It is regarding the febrile disease conditions, and in this they explain about the sporadic or the epidemic intermittent fever, that is febrile typical intermittent diseases, commonly called it as a intermittent fevers. So first I will read the aphorism, that is 235. With regard to the intermittent fevers that prevail sporadically and epidemically, not those endemically located in marshy district, we often had every paroxysmus likewise composed of two opposite alternating states, cold, heat, heat, cold, more frequently still of three, cold, heat, sweat. Therefore the remedy selected for them from the general class of approved common not antisoric medicine must either, and remedies of this sort are the surest, be able likewise to produce in the healthy body two or the three similar alternating states, or else must correspond by similarity of symptoms in the most homeopathic manner possible to the strongest, best marked and most peculiar alternating state, either to the cold stage or to the hot stage or to the sweating stage, each with its accessory symptoms according as the one or the other alternating state is the strongest and most peculiar, but the symptoms of the patient's health during the intervals when he is free from fever must be the chief guide to the most appropriate homeopathic remedy. So in this aphorism, that is 235, they explain about the sporadic and epidemic intermittent fevers. So before this we will see what is mean by febrile diseases. So febrile diseases or the intermittent fever are the same. In this, febrile disease or intermittent fever comprises paroxysms of two opposite alternating states, that is cold heat or heat cold, and more frequently still of three, that is cold, heat and sweat. So in this febrile disease or intermittent fever, there may be alternating state, that may be cold heat stage or a heat cold stage, and it may be frequently of three nature, that is it having a cold stage, it having a heat stage and it having a sweat stage, and these three conditions may be alternating states. So these are called as a febrile diseases. So febrile diseases, they again clinically divided into four types, that is the intermittent fevers may be divided into four types clinically, that is intermittent fever prevailing sporadically or epidemically, then epidemic of intermittent fever in situations where none are endemic, third one very pernicious type of intermittent fever attacking individuals and not residing in marshy district, and fourth one intermittent fever endemic in marshy district and tracts of country frequently exposed to inundation. So these are the four types of febrile fever or a intermittent fever clinically, that is for a clinical purpose, they divided these febrile diseases or the intermittent fever into different types, that is intermittent fever prevailing sporadically and epidemically. So in this aphorism 235 we are going to discuss the first type, that is intermittent fever prevailing sporadically and epidemically, or the sporadic or epidemic intermittent fever. So what is explaining in these aphorism, that is 235, that is in such diseases every attack of a disease is correspond to two or three opposite alternating state, like cold heat, heat cold, or a cold heat and sweat, that is two state alternating condition or a three state alternating conditions. Thus the remedy selected for such diseases should cover this whole similar series of alternating state during attack, or it should be able to produce the similar state to the most strongest peculiar alternating state with its accessory symptom. But the symptoms of the patient state of health during intervals are the chief guide for the selection of the most appropriate remedy. And how to select the remedy for these conditions, that is cold heat stage, heat cold stage, or a heat cold heat sweat stage. In this, thus the remedy selected for such diseases should cover this whole similar series of alternating state during attack, that is you have to select the medicine which is similar to the series of alternating state, that is if the patient having the two states, that is heat cold stage or a cold heat stage, you have to select the similar remedy like cold heat stage or a heat cold stage remedy state during attack, or it should be able to produce the similar state to the most strongest peculiar alternating state with its accessory symptoms. Or the second condition may be the remedy have the capacity to produce the similar peculiar stronger alternating state with its accessory symptom in the patient, but the symptom of the patient state of health during intervals are the chief guide for the selection of the most appropriate homeopathic remedies. So what is main? But the symptom of the patient state of health during intervals are the chief guide for the selection of most appropriate homeopathic remedy. So this is regarding the what should be the treatment for the sporadic or the epidemic intermittent fever. So in this, what is explaining in aphorism number 235, that is treatment of this condition, and in this they explain about the remedy is to be selected from among the non-antisoric medicines, means while selecting the medicine you have to select that medicine from a non-antisoric medicines. The remedy must be able to produce in healthy body two similar alternating state or a three similar alternating state. The remedy must have the capacity to produce in the healthy body two or three similar alternating state, and the most appropriate remedy would be that which corresponds to the general symptom of the patient during the interval between the attacks, means what is the general condition of the patient between the interval during the interval between the attacks, means when the patient is totally free from the two attacks, that is the time between the two attacks is free from signs and symptoms, and you have to note down the general symptom between these interval, that is the general symptom of the patient during the interval between these attacks, and these symptoms can select the appropriate homeopathic remedy for this condition. So in 235 they explain about the types of febrile disease or a intermittent fever along with the treatment of sporadic and epidemic conditions, that is the remedy selected from the non-antisoric remedies, means in these cases you have to not choose the antisoric remedies, you have to choose the remedy which is similar to the disease condition, the medicine having that effect or capability to produce the stages of fever, that is cold stage, heat stage, sweat stage, or cold heat or heat cold stage. That medicine may produce these conditions, and the most appropriate remedy would be that which corresponds to the general symptom of the patient during the interval between the attacks. So this is aphorism number 235. So in today's lecture we studied aphorism number 231, 232, 233, 234 and 235. So in 231, what is given in 231? It is regarding the definition of intermittent diseases, and intermittent diseases are those diseases which recur at certain period. The diseases which recur at certain period, that we called it as a intermittent diseases. Intermittent diseases again divided into typical intermittent diseases, atypical intermittent diseases and alternating diseases. Then typical intermittent diseases again divided into febrile intermittent diseases and non-febrile intermittent diseases. Then in 232 we studied about the alternating diseases, that is how the one alternating disease condition alternates with another disease condition or a disease processes, or it may be double alternating disease or it may be triple alternating disease. Then in footnote we see the different examples regarding the alternating diseases. Then aphorism number 233, it is regarding the typical intermittent diseases. The typical intermittent diseases are those diseases where the abnormal disease state returns at a fixed period, while in between the two paroxysms the individual is totally free from signs and symptoms. Then in 234 we studied about the non-febrile, that is typical divided into two, febrile and non-febrile. In 234 we studied about the character of non-febrile disease condition and the treatment of non-febrile disease condition. So in this, what is the character? That is chronic in nature, soric in origin, complicated with syphilis, and usually does not appear as sporadically and epidemically. And in the treatment you have to give the antisoric medicine. When complicated with syphilis you have to give the antisyphilitic and antisoric medicine, and however at times it may require the potentized form of a cinchona to eradicate the intermittent nature of that disease condition. And in lastly 235 we studied about the febrile disease, or also called it as a intermittent fevers. In intermittent fevers in 235 we studied about the treatment regarding the sporadic and intermittent fever that may having the different types, that is 2 phase or 3 phase, that is cold heat, heat cold or cold heat sweat stage, that may get alternate with each other. And in this we study the treatment of these diseases, that is you have to choose the non-antisoric medicine. You have to, the medicine must have the capacity to produce the healthy body to or similar alternating state, or the most appropriate remedy would be that which corresponds to the general symptom of the patient during the interval between the attack. So this is regarding aphorism number 235. All of you understand? Yes. We started with intermittent diseases, aphorism number 231 to 244. In this we finished the first 5 aphorisms, 231 to 235. All of you understand? Any difficulty regarding any aphorisms?